Hello guys and welcome back to another episode from the Florin Gheorghiu saga. Today we're gonna look at a game from the Romanian Championship in 1960. This is a game played against Ion Bălănel, another really strong Romanian player. And as before, Florin Gheorghiu and as you will see in the series, Florin Gheorghiu begins with d4 very often. Knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, and we go into some sort of queen's gambit declined. Now we have c takes on d5 and e takes on d5. Florin Gheorghiu mentions that in those days it was considered that the exchange variation was better than the non-exchange variation, so just the queen's gambit declined, the normal variation. But in those days it was considered that exchanging grants a better play for white, but in our times it is not the case. So we have bishop to g5, just pinning that knight to the queen, bishop to e7 unpinning, queen to c2, castles, e3, b6, so normal developing moves. Here Florin Gheorghiu says that b6 was a novelty to him. He has seen moves like knight to c6 and bishop to e6, but never before has he seen b6. So Ion Bălănel has really prepared for this game. We have bishop to d3 and now h6. Sorry about that, because in this position, if you, let's say, were to develop normally, you would run into bishop takes on f6, bishop takes, and you would lose this h7 pawn. So that's why here h6 had to be played. So we have h6 and now just bishop back to h4, and now we have c5. Right, you want to strike in the center, the white king is still in the center, so you want to strike in the center, and now we have knight to f3, just defending that d4 pawn. And here, although you could push c4, better move is knight to c6, just developing. And now we have a3, stopping the knight from coming to b4. And now we have bishop to e6 and castles. You really don't want to castle queenside, as black has an attack going already. And now we have queen to d7, which is a pretty slow move, and this allows for key continuation. We have bishop to b5, just pinning the knight, and now queen to b7, unpinning. But now queen to a4, just attacking that knight one more time. And here, although it seems unnatural, maybe the best square for the knight is knight to b8. Because if you go let's say to d8, for example, you just block the rooks, and you allow this bishop to a6 move, which is pretty annoying. And after queen to b8, you can already see that a move like b4 can be played, c takes b4, a takes b4, and white just enjoys a better position. Therefore we have knight to b8, and now just knight to e5, just bringing another piece into the game. We have a6, and now we have bishop back to e2, and now b5, and queen back to c2. And here Bălănel just comes back, knight c6, and Florin Gheorghiu goes rook f to d1. And now the position is equal. Not much to say about both of the sides. They are castle, they are fully developed, but black has a really nice attack going on the queen side. And here Bălănel tried interesting move, but it doesn't work. So the move that he tried is b4. And here, if Florin Gheorghiu can defend properly, he will get a slight advantage on the queen side and in the center. So we have knight takes on c6 first, queen takes on c6, and now bishop takes on f6, bishop takes on f6, because these knights were controlling the center really nice. So Florin Gheorghiu just got rid of them, okay, at the price of a bishop pair, but still he got rid of them. And now we have this knight to a4 move, just attacking this pawn here on c5, we have b takes on a3. And now there's another key move here, because if you simply take back on a3, then you just allow black too much. After a move like c4, and you have to go like bishop f3 maybe to pin this pawn, but you just allow black this open file, and it's unpleasant to play this position. So here, instead of going for b takes on a3, Florin Gheorghiu goes for b3, and this just grants white the advantage, or rather keeps it. We have c4 now, and b takes on c4, d takes on c4, and now we have this bishop f3 move. And you can see that Ion Bălănel completely missed that there can be his queen and his rook aligned on the same diagonal with this bishop. So now there is no point in trying to stop this. If you play, let's say, bishop to d5, this is actually even worse, because after bishop takes, queen takes, now you have knight b6, and you're getting forked, and then this knight is going to be exchanged for this rook. You're gonna win the a pawn, you're gonna win the c pawn, and then you're gonna just enjoy the game being up a pawn. And so that therefore we have bishop to f5, just attacking the queen, and here it's really interesting. Queen takes on f5, and now queen takes on a4, and now here Florin Gheorghiu doesn't rush to take the rook. Okay, you can take the rook, but he plays bishop to e4, threatening checkmate first. So he forces Bălănel to react. He goes for rook to b8, but now queen to h7 check, king to f8, and now bishop takes on a8, and now there has to be a very unpleasant move that has to be played, and that is this move g6, because of course the threat is, let's say you take the bishop, this is completely losing, because after you move the queen with check, you move the king, and then you pick up this rook. So here bishop takes on a8 happens, and then g6, because now the bishop from f6 controls this square on h8. So now we have queen to h6 check, bishop blocks, and now queen to f4, attacking the rook, but rook takes a8. And now Florin Gheorghiu is up the exchange, completely winning position, but he still has to figure out a way to actually convert this position. Now we have queen to d6 check, king to g8, and now queen takes on a3. Florin Gheorghiu is now up a pawn and the exchange. Queen to c6, Bălănel tries to hang in there, but it's just pointless. Queen to a4, now rook to c8, and now queen takes on a6, just winning another pawn. We have queen to c7, you don't want to trade queens, and now rook a to b1. And the thing was, in this position, a queen trade is possible, but after rook takes, you see that both of these pawns are defended, and it's gonna take you a little bit of time to double up and attack both of them. Although this is not a problem, Florin Gheorghiu preferred to just take the pawns with the queen. And after this queen to c7 move, he just ends the game. Rook a to b1. Bălănel tries one last thing with c3, but after rook to b3, he ultimately resigns the game, because there's nothing to do here. If you push c2, then just rook to c1, and this pawn is lost. And because this bishop is really biting on granite, as Daniel Naroditsky would say, on d4, because this pawn just blocks this whole diagonal, and you cannot protect the pawn more than twice, because the pawn is on a light square. So in this position, because there's nothing more to be done here, Ion Bălănel resigns the game. And a really nice victory in the Romanian Championship, which Florin Gheorghiu won. Sorry for spoilering, but he won it this year. And we're gonna see two more nice games from this Romanian Championship. So if you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and we'll see us on Twitch. And then we're gonna see us also on YouTube with another video of puzzles and Florin Gheorghiu saga. Kowalski out.